Township Police Departments. I saw U.S. Marshals here, and it seemed like they had this situation in hand very quickly to me.
Well, and it was originally the assistant fire chief from Green Township who initially confirmed the shooting to begin with, and then that collaborative effort with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department getting us the information that in fact the victim was taken to UC Medical Center. So there is that collaboration. We're seeing that clearly behind us, and I think at this point, as you know, being in this business so long, the law enforcement agencies don't want to send mixed messages. They want one uniform message to get out there to the public, which is why I think at this point you're seeing kind of a backtrack to, again, just let everything kind of play out and then finally get something together and then present it to us.
Right. Once again, they're going to have Lasalle officials here on the scene as part of that news conference in just a moment, and they are going to release a statement with the latest information. They said they were not going to take questions, and you know, it may be that they don't want to compromise information that maybe shouldn't get out there to the public. But we do continue to see parents leaving the school with their boys, and we also were able to speak with some grandparents. Listen to this.
Are you hearing anything about the school being on lockdown? We're hearing some parents and grandparents are being asked to stay for a while.
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
She just told me to go pick him up. He's down in the cafeteria right now.
Do you know if Joseph saw the shooting or if he knew the victim?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he did or not.
Okay. All right, we'll let you go and get him. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a taped interview just a few minutes ago with some folks who were leaving after coming out to LaSalle High School to see what happened. If you're just turning us on, let me get you caught up here. Around 8 o'clock this morning, classes had begun here at LaSalle High School when a student took out a gun in his classroom and shot himself. He didn't threaten any of his classmates. He was taken immediately to UC Medical Center by ambulance. Air Care was on standby. I'm hoping that means it was a hopeful situation since they didn't use Air Care and they took him by ambulance to UC Medical Center. But the school was placed on lockdown. The 800 or maybe a fewer than 800 boys here at the high school were sheltering in place in their classrooms with their teachers. And pretty quickly we were able to find out that there was no active scene, there was no search for a suspect, and that no children here were in danger. Parents started more or less immediately showing up to the school concerned about their sons here at LaSalle, and they were immediately taken into the cafeteria where they were able to meet with their sons. And what you're seeing now is a steady stream of folks leaving school with their boys. Now, they told us earlier that they were just going to allow parents to make the decision on whether they wanted to take their kids home. It seems to me that everyone is going home.
And Sheila, as I'm looking over your shoulder right now, we can see school officials, also the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, gathering and walking towards us right now, hopefully with an update of what exactly happened. So we're going to continue to monitor as these folks walk over and get in place to present us the latest information on what exactly happened here at LaSalle High School up on North Bend Road on the west side of Cincinnati around 8 o'clock this morning. As Sheila has been telling you, we believe this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That is what we were told earlier by police, also law enforcement officials on site. And again, we're hopefully going to get a press conference right in a couple of moments.
Dan just stepped on my cord, but Sheriff Jim Neal is here on the scene with some leaders from LaSalle High School, and they are they're making their way over here. They've sort of got all the media over here in this one area, so we're going to get the word here. We've been told that LaSalle leaders are going to give us a statement. They're not going to take questions, but let's listen in now.
Just an update. Thank you for coming. I'm Greg Tankersley with LaSalle High School. This is Dr. Jim Rigg, the superintendent of the Archdiocese. At this point in time, we have notified the parents in the building of the young man that attempted suicide. It occurred in a first class this morning. There was no threats made to anyone in the building. Very isolated incident. We ask again, his parents have just been notified recently. They're on their way to the hospital. He's fighting for life. Please keep this young man, mom and dad in their prayers. So Monday.
How are the other students doing?
Other students are doing well.
Yeah, that was Greg Tankersley with LaSalle High School and Jim Rigg with the Archdiocese of Cincinnati. And of course, you saw there Sheriff Jim Neal. We also have Cleves Police, Coleraine Township, Green Township, the police chief, Bart Ward there. Whoops, so sorry, my heel's stuck in somebody else's cords. So basically, they just wanted to let people know that they are letting the boys go home with their parents. They asked that we not try to approach the students because they have been through a very traumatic situation here. The investigation continuing into how this young man got a gun into school, but as you heard Greg Tankersley say there, he's fighting for his life. And the most important thing to them right now, to the leaders of LaSalle High School, is to pray for this young man and to pray for the other students. And he also said, you know, they are coming together as a school community. They will get through this, but they're going to have their priest actually went to the hospital with the young man who tried to end his life today. So they had some other religious folks coming in with the Catholic faith to talk to folks, and they also have professional counselors coming in to talk to any of the parents and the boys here at LaSalle who need that, Rob.
Yeah, and it seems like we heard Dr. Jim Riggs, the superintendent of Catholic schools, saying he feels that LaSalle High School is impressive with its faith and its strength. And we heard Greg Tankersley saying the same thing, Sheila.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he said it started out as a great day at LaSalle High School. That's what they say here in the morning when classes get underway. And unfortunately, this is not a great day at LaSalle High School. They've been through a traumatic thing, as they have before. As you can see now, more parents are leaving with their sons, LaSalle High School students, and they are releasing them from the cafeteria in a coordinated way. Can I talk to you, ma'am? Would you? No. Woman just was saying hello there, so I thought I'd try and talk to her. But you know, we're trying to be very sensitive because this is it's a sad time for this entire school, and I'm sure some of these parents didn't know the young man who pulled out a gun in his classroom today. You heard the Green Township Police Chief there tell us that the security, it is a concern because a kid got a gun into school. You know, this is not a place where they have metal detectors. Probably most of the high schools in the Archdiocese of Cincinnati don't have something like that here. But they did have security plans in place. And Green Township and Hamilton County Sheriff's Department were both on the scene within minutes of that reported shooting. They put the boys in their classrooms, they sheltered in place, they locked down the school, and the officers did go through the school to make sure that there was no other threat to any of the more than 700, nearly 800 boys here at LaSalle High School. They were able to pretty quickly ascertain that there wasn't a threat to anyone here, and then start getting the word out through emails to parents, through the boys texting their parents, and then ultimately through the media that the school was safe and there was just one young man affected.
Yeah, but a lot of people are going to be affected in terms of learning about this, and especially for the kids in the classroom. They're setting a critical response unit for those students, but it seems like when it comes to making sure these young men are okay, they have it covered because they have counselors and the clergy descending upon the school so the kids have someone to talk to if they need be, right?
Right, and as I mentioned, they're not letting everyone just make a mass exodus from school. They're doing that in a coordinated way, so people who are gathered here are able to talk to someone if they need to do that before they leave. And I'm sure they'll have counselors here on hand at school probably all week for the kids who, you know, have some lingering effects or feelings from this.
Absolutely. I mean, with that last press conference, we still saw how emotional everybody is. I know you have been having a hard time talking with parents. We did catch up with one parent, one dad, who did talk with us. Here's what he had to say.
So he texted me soon after the incident. As soon as I was notified, he texted me. I attempted to call him and wasn't able to, so he texted me.
And Sheila, that was Steve Allen again. You talked with him live right here on Fox 19. I mean, he was very emotional, correct?
Yeah, his son, Stephen, is a student here at LaSalle, and he told me that he actually had heard through a news report a report of a shooting here at the school. So he and his son were able to pretty quickly start texting. And when they did, his son Steven didn't know what was going on. He was in his classroom and he was able to tell his dad he was okay. He knew that there were police officers in the school, but he didn't know why. He did know he was safe. He was scared at that point. We're talking about the young man Steven who was able to talk with his dad. He was scared, but this father in particular felt like the school handled things pretty well.
And what's very telling now at this hour is the different emotions you're seeing as parents are walking out of the building. We saw frantic parents running in here from 8 o'clock on, and we kind of documented that through our coverage. And now it's more of a methodical way to leave the building, and I think that is very, very telling. It seems like these parents and these students are somber. It seems like they're coming together as a family with this school. They're giving each other hugs, as you can probably see over Sheila's shoulder, and it seems like a much different tone, at least at this hour.
Well, right now they're just more or less comforting each other. They had this time when they were in the cafeteria and they were finding out that, that everything was okay here at the school and that everything is safe. But now they just, have this time of going home and trying to process, what these kids have been through here today. And Greg Tankersley with Lasalle, I asked him how the staff was doing. No one had asked how the staff were doing. And, the teachers are some of the most important people in our children's lives. And they of course, too, are affected by this tragedy. And so many of them, I'm sure, knew this young man, this apparently troubled young man who tried to end his own life today. So he said that there had been many tears shed among the teachers and staff members here at Lasalle, Rob.
Sheila, I mean, they've been very forthcoming with information. They're probably going to be emotional for quite some time, don't you think?
Yeah, and I would think that especially when the kids do come back to school, whether it's tomorrow or Wednesday, that'll be a tough time, just coming back into school for the first time after something like this has happened. And I'm sure there will be some type of coordinated response to help them when they do have to do that. But once again, as you see here at LaSalle High School, a lot of parents here walking out with their sons. See a couple of moms who are crying and looks of concern and seriousness on these faces, Rob.
And what Mr. Tankersley said he wanted to happen is happening, an orderly dismissal as classes are canceled today at LaSalle. No word on what's going to happen for the rest of the week, though, huh, Sheila?
No, he wasn't able to tell us that yet. I think they probably have to put their heads together here after they are able to get the kids home and safe and then figure out what they want to do from there. But, my thinking is that routines are, sometimes the routines help people, and and being together as their LaSalle family, being together, that's probably going to be real important to these young men. And
as we report on stories like this, we're very careful about putting out the information because we would hate for a family member to find out through us and instead of through the family or through police. And we have heard that the family has been notified. They're on the way to the hospital, correct?
Right. We just heard, 10 minutes ago at the start of that news conference that the family is on the way to the hospital. And we do know that the young man was accompanied by the priest here from the high school. And I think that was a great thing that they sent the priest along with him. I agree. And it's probably going to be great for the family as they look for comfort as well. Now, some of the things that we don't know, Sheila, we know a lot of stuff now, but some of the things we don't know is we don't know the condition of this young man, correct? Is Sheila there? Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. The producer was talking at the same time you were.
Okay.
Ask the question.
Yeah, we don't. The thing that's the major question this morning is the condition of this young man. We don't know his condition, and it seems like when Greg Tankersley was talking during that press conference, I mean, he was visibly upset.
He was visibly upset to have this happen at his school. Young men under his watch, yeah, he was visibly upset. We don't know how this young man is doing other than hearing Greg Tankersley say he's fighting for his life and they're asking for prayer. We do have the 911 call from this morning when it came in, though.
You've seen him?
911 emergency dispatch Nottingham.
This is LaSalle High School. We have a student here shooting with a gun, and apparently he has shot it. I haven't heard it, but one of the teachers just came down and told us.
Where is he at in the building?
3rd floor right now.
Anyone injured?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. Nobody said.
Ma'am, I've got police officers responding to LaSalle High School.
That was the 911 call that came into Hamilton County Dispatch this morning after a young man shot himself in a classroom here at LaSalle High School. And we've been watching mothers and fathers, grandparents, co-workers come and pick up their sons here from this high school of nearly 800 students, all boys high school, of course. And we have just started to notice that the uniformed police officers are pulling out. So it looks as if the scene, for the most part, has been cleared. They are letting the students of LaSalle High School go home. They did mention that they're not going to let anyone leave without a parent or guardian with them. They want to know with whom the kids are leaving. So that's a coordinated process that they're going through right now here at LaSalle, Rob.
All right. Of course, we're going to have updates anytime at Fox19.com. Sheila, I know this was an emotional story for you. Nice job at getting the information out, especially to parents who are concerned this morning. So nice job.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. I think that folks here at LaSalle and the police agencies here, they're the ones who deserve our thanks because they protect us every day, and they did a really good job of getting the word to us quickly so we could get it out.
Yeah, well said. Of course, we're going to have updates at Fox19.com. Have a complete wrap-up tonight on the Fox 19 Evening News at 6:30. Once again, if you're asking yourself, what can you do after this